What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're on a subscriber account, Ran Into Trouble. We have two more videos in this series before we move on to another new project. Now, today I hope to make some progress on a lot of the things that I haven't shown so far, so we're going to jump right into that. First thing we're going to do today is go in and do some summons. Let's see, we're going to do the fun part. We're going to get that, and hopefully we get some new heroes here. Let's see what we can get. No Spark onto the Elemental summon. Let's go and pull the Covenant summon. Now, I do like how they changed this. Very good quality of life update to be able to summon 10 of your free summons all at one time, and we get a 5-star. Let's go. What are we going to get here? It's probably going to be a artifact. Yeah, there it is. It is an artifact. Border coin. I mean, it's okay. I forgot to show you, actually, when you are able to click that free one-time summon, even though you started with a +10, it still allows you to go through the one-time summon. So I failed pretty hard on that, but that's all right. Now let's go ahead and go into the Moonlight summons. You know, I haven't gotten any 5-star heroes on this account, and that's very disappointing.
Oh, are you frightened? Good. That's what I wanted to see.
Soothin, so creepy in a free candy in a white van kind of way. I'm not using him. I have seen some people utilize Soothin, but the heroes that are super creepy, I just can't bring myself to put them on my roster. I just can't do it. Airwell, though, she's amazing. We're gonna do some stuff with Airwell today. Let's see how far we can get. Here we go with a 4-star next. I don't think we need any 4-star heroes.
Hi, can you introduce yourself? Will you play with me?
That is super creepy as well. Now, I never noticed this. Frida Wolf, I always say she's the star of Epic 7. She does Guider Aether, and she also does Apocalypse Ravi and Moonlight Bologna. Man, Frida Wolf, amazing, but Guider Aether is so creepy. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Let's see who else we can get here. Sinful Angelica, now she is fantastic into C13. Oh no! Oh, here we go. I was just saying I didn't get a 5-star. Last Rider Crow.
To dominate or to be dominated, there are only two options in life.
Lilius, there's only one option. Only one of those makes sense. But Lilius, Conqueror Lilius, oh man, she is fantastic. Conqueror Lilius defined the meta for so very long, right? Not as used as she once was, but if you're playing RTA, she's literally in every kind of battle. She brings vigor. She also brings a redirect provoke, which is awesome, and a barrier. You can put her onto Music Box, she grants buffs. You can put her onto the championship trophy, and now she stuns, and she brings a dual attack from random ally. She is fantastic. This person is going to love Conqueror Lilius. Oh, I was just saying how we didn't get any 5-stars, then bam, there she is. Oh, so nice. That was great. Camilla, one of my very favorite 3-star heroes, usable for just about everything. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I love to use Camilla, especially if you're looking at something like a Hall of Trials, or if you're trying to do any Dagger Sakar missions that need 3 stars. Man, Camilla, she's your girl. Now I pull her into A13. A13. And she does fantastic there as well. I posted a video on how to do A13 if you're not quite breaking into that. For your Rage set, then make sure you do it, because Rage is going to help you to conquer a lot of the Hall of Trials, so that you can get the Dagger Sakar missions, and also so that you can do some of your other like one-shot hunts and do your W13 faster and that kind of thing. We are going for Zio here. Come on, Zio. In my opinion, Zio, I use Zio all the time, especially in the Guild War. Not having luck right now, though. This one's on 105. I've done 95 summons without anything. Man, no sparks or anything. I got one more. This is going to be it. One more. This is Zio. Oh, it was so close. It was so close. We get Christy. She got a specialty change recently. We're going to take care of her today. And speaking of that, let's go into our specialty changes. Specialty change time. This person only got 7. Well, it wasn't even that. It was like 3 or 4 specialty changes. And then I went ahead and I started doing Aiden. They did Adventure of Ras, they did Montmorency and Lorena, which are fantastic. If you watched my Noob to Awesome series, free to play Path to Endgame, I basically did the entire game with Ras, Montmorency, Lorena, and then Mercedes. They also finished Falconer Clury, which is also very good as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go first into episode number 4 and finish out our Aiden. Aiden is one of those heroes. She's like a free Moonlight 5-star. You can get her to such a high level that she starts to one-shot everything and she starts to just destroy. So we're unlocking her right now. She looks fantastic. There is the light element. And if you don't know, this is how you change your Aiden. I think it sucks. They didn't put it in a very good place. You have to go to your episode 4 and then click on which one you want to do and then change the element. We're going to change into light here. Unlock. Tick, tick, tick. Very nice. I only did... Earth is very useful. Fire, water, not so much. I just went into each one just to unlock the journal entry. And then as you go into your Aiden, now you should be able to do everything for free. You start to get a lot of her stuff as you go. So we should have all her memory imprints. There we go. Triple S. Very nice. Now we also have her skill ups here. This is something where you want to make sure that you're always doing these quests. You could do them as you go, right? But for me, I just didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't need her. I wasn't using her. And then now I can do it all at the end. You do have to use some of your stigma, but the stigma is pretty easy. You'll probably have to do something like 20 or 30 story missions to get all the stigma to be able to max her out. And you already have to 6-star her on the way to do your missions, so you should have a free 6-star by the time you get to episode number 4, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and do her tree next as well. Gotta go to the Awaken, and then gotta go to the skill tree. And then we'll start to upgrade these things. No animation, which I like. I just want to get it over with, honestly. It wasn't that long ago that we didn't have a overview for your specialty change, so I do like that change as well. In the last year or so, they've implemented quite a lot of quality of life changes that have made playing the game much easier and much, I guess it helps the timing, or I guess I should say it helps players spend less time trying to figure things out when they can just summarize everything right away. And what we would do is we would put her onto either a destruction set or a speed set. If you're going to go with speed, go with 260, try for 100% crit chance, and 250 to 300 crit damage, and then go with somewhere around 3,500 attack. Now the goal here is to throw people off guard by going first, doing the S3, and then putting them into invincibility. Another way that you can run her is destruction set, right? So you want something like 4,000 attack, you want about 160, 170 speed, 100, 350. She just starts to one-shot everything, which I think is pretty amazing. Now you can run her onto a lot of different artifacts. I just put her onto her own artifact, really, because I typically bring her into the Dark Heroes. If you're utilizing her for anything else and you want to put her on something like a pen set, then you can go and use her onto like Shepherd of the Hollow. You can pull her into Secret Storm art if you want. We can even run her onto... people run her onto the Moonlight Dreamblade. Go for one that has 20% evasion and then just use the best artifact with 20% evasion, and she'll work out great. Now we're going to go into the specialty change. We saw that this person only had like 3 or 4 specialty changes, and now we're going to unlock every specialty change right here and right now. So the first one that we have is going to be Doris. Now I love Doris quite a lot because she is really good into Guild War for tanking the Dark Heroes. So I bring her in to tank things like Moonlight Ken. I'll bring her in to tank things like a Ravi. So especially when you get to the lower level Guild War, then she's very good. Next we have Church of Ilarode's Axe. Let's go ahead and finish you as well. I actually don't use this hero. They called him Axe God, and he was very good for a long time, and then basically fell off. They nerfed him, right? They nerfed him, he fell off, and then just never quite regained his luster. Some people do pull him into RTA for a very niche reason, but I don't know, I just don't use him. If I remember right, he's good against light heroes. Is that right? If you guys are using him, let me know. Next we have up Ruzid. Ruzid just he's good. I used him in Dagger Sakar to finish out 1 or 2 of the 3-star achievements, but I don't think you sink a lot of resources into him. He works very much in a way to enable some of your other heroes, but the problem really is he's not fast enough, right? If you put him onto a pretty good team, he can still carry with being a support, but not really fast enough to be an opener anymore, so not usable in PvP. And we have so many other heroes that we can use when we're looking at things like expeditions and things like other achievements that we do in PvE. Now we come up to Hazel. You can use her into the Earth Expedition. You can also use her into Nightmare Secretary Vera. You know, I don't sink a lot of resources into Hazel. I just recently built her. She is the best going into Nightmare Secretary because, you know, your other heroes are utilized for something else. You're probably using Tam for the Queen, and so you need to have a fire healer, and she's much easier to use for a fire healer than a KD's. Ricorous, you know what? He's so cool. I just can't use him. I just can't do it. It's not usable for anything. They wanted to make him against like a dark specialist. Does not work. At least not for me. I'm a noob, so you know, it doesn't work for me. Next we're going into Butcher. Now this guy too, I just can't use him. I know some people out there are trying to revive him a little bit. They're trying to give him some love. I think that he's missing a few things to be able to really use him in a meaningful sense. I just don't want to sink any resources into him. And also, he has bad posture. He looks so cool here, so bad here. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's really funny, though. All right. Who else do we have? Carrot. Carrot, believe it or not, Carrot is actually really good. You can pull her into the Era Haken for Nightmare. She brings the burn. She does a lot of damage. I like her. She's also very good and very durable into PvP, and she utilizes gear that you don't really use on anyone else, right? You can take some of your like newbie attack gear, put it onto Carrot. She does fantastic. She's got a great animation, very satisfying click bat sound, which is you think that you wouldn't like it, and then when you have your sound on, you hear it for the first time, and that's like, man, that's amazing. She's just so cool. Now we're coming into Wanda. Wanda is interesting because she has some hit chance increase and a 2-turn stun onto her S number 3. So if you bring her into something like a Violet, you can just basically stun them to death. You can bring her into something like an Aiden, and then just control them to death. So Wanda, very cool for that purpose. I like her a lot. Again, they did a great job here onto, I guess, what is this, her avatar? I don't know what it's called. This overall image of her, she's got blue eyes, she looks amazing. And then here, Psychopath, right? Frida Wolf, again, I told you. I told you guys. She's the queen. Epic 7 queen. She does voices for everybody. Let's go into Helga. Now, when we talk about Helga, you can pull her into the water expedition. I also used her into the light expedition. I would say that she's not as useful as she used to be because there's so many heroes. If you build a Helga, she's super easy to build. She's got a really mean, tough attitude, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a hero that is just angry, right? A woman hero that's angry. I'm tired of the sweet, syrupy, you know, uh, party doll kind of heroes. Like we don't need Valley Girls. We need heroes with anger problems. That's what we need. Pearl Maker Doll Horizon. Wait, I said that all wrong, didn't I? Doll Maker Pearl Horizon. I don't. How did I even do that? She is. She's not good. She's not good. She's meant to be a control unit. She doesn't have 100% on her control. You can see sleep right here. Does not have 100% onto her main focus, which is control. And so she's just not usable. She's not. When she first came out, some people were really pulling her in and starting to use her. And then she fell off super quick and super hard. Carmen Rose, she comes up next. Now, Carmen Rose, just like Helga, is going to be very good into like Ancient Inheritance. She's going to be very good into the Light Expedition. You can use her even into the Earth Expedition if you don't have Tenebria, because she applies a slow, she applies her own attack buff, she hits really hard, she's super easy to build, and you can put her onto some of your just leftover gear, and she works out fantastic. When you put in Carmen Rose onto your Light Expo team, you're automatically gonna go up like 200,000-300,000 because you can put Bloody Rose onto her, and then now your heroes are going to heal a lot more, and it's really fantastic. Now we have our cross-dresser. Look out, Aether. Rima. Is it a girl or a guy? It's voiced by a man. I don't know. Well, we have we have Rima, not useful. They wanted to make her into sort of an expedition, totally failed. Totally failed. Next we have I call her Phyllis. I heard someone else call her Pylus. I don't know which one's right. She's Phyllis to me. She, just like Arewell, amazing hero with an awesome specialty change. Now she is very good against heroes who counterattack, which is like everyone. She goes from ninja to full-on knight. Fantastic specialty change. She looks amazing. She's useful pretty much everywhere. Very top end of Guild War. You can use your Phyllis. So go ahead and invest into her. Now we have Glenn. Glenn, not useful. He actually hits really hard. It's been a long time, but there was an Asian player who was a Glenn lover, and he was using Glenn in like PvP, and everyone was super surprised. And Glenn was like just murdering people. But I think he's missing something. They gave him a buff recently. They brought him out to be an RB counter, and now when do you see RB on defense, right? Never. So now you don't need Glenn. So I did the special changes for fun. You don't actually need him. Now we come to Alexa. Now, unfortunately, they hid Alexa from new players behind a side story. So that really sucks. Alexa, better and easier to build than Sigret. But they hid her, they locked her behind a side story, so you can't really use her. This person finished that side story, so I didn't need to do it. So I just went ahead and finished Alexa. They gave her superstar treatment. Looks much better here than she does here, but she works out really good into W13. Also, you can put mediocre gear, and she goes super high into CP. So then you can use her into like, she's like someone that you can just gear up, put her on the sideline with extra gear, and she'll be useful to boost up your world boss team. Airwell, probably what, the #1 drafted knight, right? Like #1 drafted knight. She's fantastic. She gets a huge upgrade. Really, really great. I really missed Airwell actually. I pulled her into A13, mostly a PvP hero. I farmed out some runes, and we're going to be building that Aether, or Airwell. Here we have Jenna. Now, Jenna came out, and there was a whole bunch of hype around her because she has a debuff that will prevent Aureus. I I don't see it. I didn't see it when she came out. Everyone said I was wrong. I still don't see it. If you guys love your Jenna, let me know how you're using her. But basically, she's just a non-factor. Yeah, strictly PvP unit, strictly to bypass Aureus. I don't see it. I don't see it. Now we come to Anos. Inos. Anyway, she's the second version, kind of like AOL. I don't use her. I don't. She's a healer who doesn't heal, right? A weapons manufacturer doesn't sell weapons. Sell, sell, sell. She looks cool. She does look cool. She's like got the cyborg thing going on, but I don't find a use for her. Now, I did see some people are using her into your, I think it's A13 one-shot team. So if you want to look up videos on how to utilize your Anos, then you can. I don't personally use her, but I do see that some people are using her every once in a while. Now we're coming to Christy. She got the last specialty change, and people don't like it, which I kind of find interesting. I thought when I read her kit that she would be really cool, but people don't like her. She is someone who can give a lot of the resistance to the back row hero. She also, I believe, can counterattack and provoke, and she also has a heal, and I think she has a built-in Aureus for that back row hero as well. Um, basically, since she came out, I've been working on subscriber accounts. So I think that I built her with some leftover gear, and then I just never even used her. Let me know how you guys are playing with your specialty change Christy. People gave her really bad reviews. I thought it was an upgrade, but I could be missing the point here, because I wasn't using her before the specialty change. So I'm not really missing anything, right? Now, this account is in need of heroes, and so I recommend coming in and doing the Garo shop for refreshes. And you know what? Doing 5 or 10 a day should give you enough of the Covenant bookmarks, but of course, it's going to cost you some gold. Now, one thing that I did forget is I had a couple of summons here, so let's go ahead and take care of those. We get that one. Not amazing. What else? Okay,
Is there
nice.
a soul alive that knows from where the winds blow? I hope to pass through life like that breeze.
She has a great voice. I really like it. I don't understand any of this. But Knockwall, I think that's how you pronounce this, Knockwall, she is fantastic. She is the new Basar, who was just ruining everyone's life, right? The new Basar. Let's go now into the Rowana. Now, what I try and do is I try and do one of these side stories every 2 weeks as it allows me, because this is going to give you a ton of rewards. So if you're new, if you're coming to my channel for the very first time, make sure that you're doing this, because you're not going to get a greater benefit per energy as you will coming in and doing the character summons. Now, one thing that I do like to do is I like to focus on some heroes that are very important, very good heroes that'll help you to unlock certain things, right? So I try and go for Tamarin. If you don't have a Tamarin, she is fantastic. She's useful in everything, including every one of your expeditions, even opposite element. She is really good there. I also like Brieg quite a lot. I went over a little bit here. That's all right. I put it on auto battle, then I completely forgot that it was there. So Brieg is very good into here. And then I also like to get Zahak, and I also like to get Rowana. Zahak is so useful against this meta that's very heavy into evasion. And then we also have the Rowana, who's very good into the meta that is for counterattacking, especially into Landy, Moonlight Landy. Everyone has a problem with Moonlight Landy, and all I do all day long is bring in Rwana, and it's almost an automatic win. Look at that. Sweet weapon. We are going to roll that at some point. But let's go in and see. This is the side story, and I think that I went ahead and finished it. Now, what you should do very first thing is buy the artifact. Once you do, then 4810 should buy out everything else. So let's see what we get. We get some backgrounds. We get some Molagora. Side story, so important for maintaining a lot of your catalyst, a lot of your Molagora, a lot of your runes, so that you can then upgrade your heroes. So very important there. And I didn't know she was going to keep talking. That is the most annoying thing ever, isn't it? Wow. This is like the remix edition. There we go. It was a little bit less than 4810. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. I'll see you again. Okay. I don't even know what to say. This is the weirdest thing ever. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was almost exactly. So now we have 4815. So let's see what we're gonna get. 4815. Maybe I can buy everything for that amount. Again, go in and buy your artifacts first. It's not too late to buy your artifacts, and that will increase the amount of resources that you get from doing each one of your levels. And then you can come in and buy this without spending as much energy. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. That was really good. I really love the side stories because they give you just so much reward. They're so easy to do. One of these maps took me about an hour and a half, and all I did was auto battle, set it on the counter, and let it do its thing. Next up, let's go into the guild. Now, the guild record for this guild is not amazing. What we're seeing is high turnover. People have left, people have joined, people have left, and it gets so crazy. And now they're down to 16 members. So this guild is basically going to die if it hasn't already. And so you might find yourself in this situation. But right now we have Ancient Inheritance. Now the new Ancient Inheritance, I actually hate it. It's not very fun at all. But there are some amazing rewards that you can get. I've already bought a lot of the gear. And you actually don't need to even get past the very first map to get this gear, and I'm going to kind of show you how. The main reward, if you can beat the first boss, then you're going to get this pair of boots, which is very, very good. The second reward is going to be this one, and then the third reward is this one maxed out. I think 43 is the highest, 42 here, and all of these are max substats. So we want to try and get these if we can, at least the very first boss. But if your guild is stuck, don't worry. You can still come into the exchange and you can still buy all of these things. Now what you want to do is you want to stay on the very first map. Make sure that you're coming in and using your keys to get the chests, right? And here we go, we get some of the currency. And then as we're going in and we're sort of just battling these monsters, even though I can move to the next zone, I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is just take one or two guys here, and I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to auto battle and try and win. Now, auto battling will give you 121, and you have a possibility of getting a key, which will then open another chest. All I've done for 2 days is walk around doing these battles to try and get all the chests, to try and get all the currency, and then I'm going to buy everything from the shop before I leave this guild. If you join another guild during Ancient Inheritance, all of your progression will cease. That means that your level for your exploration and your level for your elements will all get reset. Now you can't buy all of those things again, so any reward that you already got, you can't get again. Any reward that you missed, is just going to be missed. But my main focus is to go through and to get those purchases from the shop, and that way you at least get something even though you're in a failed guild. For these fights, I typically just use 2 heroes, but since I have 3 heroes and, you know, I don't have any heroes left, so I can't go and solo one of these monsters, then I just went ahead and used all 3, and that's going to do it for me today. So let's go ahead and we are going to look at the exchange and see what we can buy. I really want to focus on getting the equipment, then I want to focus on getting just basically what I can, right? So hopefully we can get, I guess this will do. We'll just do this, and then tomorrow we will come back in and try and buy the rest of the stuff out. Now let's look at that gear. We see that we have this weapon here, and this one comes from that event that we just did. Let's go all the way to plus 15. That is so bad. It's so terrible. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can still, it's got really high effect resist. You can still use it on somebody who needs high effect resist. Maybe Sinful Angelica? Um, there's not a lot of heroes. Man, it didn't roll any into speed. Honestly, this is probably going to be a reset. That is the worst thing that it can probably roll into. And that's exactly what we got. Now let's go in and see about the next weapon. This one is the health weapon. I want to roll everything except for attack. And we do get 1 roll into attack, but we get a 94. So we have health, attack, and we have the effect resist. So we can still utilize this onto somebody that's going to be like a knight, a soul weaver. We can probably put it, I mean, it's not terribly fast. We can put it on somebody who maybe wants to do a little bit of damage as well. Now this attack stat is a little bit wasted. I mean, it's a max stat, max roll. I would rather it go into speed, but I still think this is going to be pretty good for like a knight or a soul weaver type. You know what? We can probably also use that one onto that new Layla. Layla, she should use that one pretty well. Now this one is the pair of boots that comes from Ancient Inheritance. This is a speed set with, wow, this is amazing. Attack, health, defense, and crit chance. Now, what I kind of want is for it to go either high crit chance or no crit chance. If it goes really high into attack, a lot of heroes can use it on. If it goes really high into health and defense, a lot of heroes can use it on. If it goes into everything, then maybe Bruiser, but I like my gear to be a little bit concentrated. And what do I get? I get a little bit of everything, because of course I do. High into crit chance, very, very nice. This is going to go good on a lot of heroes. I'm not disappointed. We're not going to reset this one, but yeah, I wanted it to go either all into crit or none into crit. Now we come into the armor, and this one again comes from Ancient Inheritance. Let's go ahead and max this one out. We get 2 min rolls into speed. So 1, 2, 1, then 1, 2. 96 still, which is pretty good. I would like for these to be a 4 or a 5, but we get 7, 7, 7, 3, 3. The 7s are not bad. 9 is the highest, but the 7s are not terrible. So this one, man, we have a lot of heroes that we're going to utilize that have health, speed, effect resist, defense. I'm thinking that new hero Layla is going to really love this piece. So that is going to finish it out for a lot of these level 88 pieces of gear. Now I also went into the, what's it called? It's called Abyss. Yes, it's called Abyss. This was 94. I went all the way to 100. Now, if you have not done your Abyss, I'm posting videos on how to do Abyss. I went to 100 with all free to play. Then from basically 94 to 100 on this account, because he has some limited heroes, that made it much easier for me. But what that does is it frees up your lifesteal set. So don't forget to come in and roll this awesome lifesteal set. I'm not sure if I have enough. Let's see. Okay, I do have some. Let's just go with this. Can I go 815? Yes, sir. Okay, pretty good. We get a 94 here. We get some health. Avoided here. We get some speed and some crit chance. Crit chance, very awesome. Now, if I want to utilize this set, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it onto like a Violet. Violet would use this set very well. We could also use it onto something like a Rylet. We can use it onto something like a Tempest Surin. We can use it onto a Champion Zerato. Those are all very good lifesteal heroes. This one doesn't have any defense on it, so it's not something for like Arya, but we see a 99, really amazing. No crit chance, that's okay. Really high into everything else. I like it. I like it. Now let's go into this. We do see the effectiveness. We also earlier made a carrot. Now, believe it or not, carrot works very well onto your lifesteal set. This one rolls 3 times into crit chance, 2 times, 8 and a 7 into effectiveness. 101, man, very nice. Looking at carrot, I'm looking at, you know what? I'm looking at this one. No, probably not Arya. Probably not. Tempest Surin, believe it or not, does really well when you put her onto the effectiveness build. Really well onto effectiveness build. So here we go with the boots. Now the boots not as useful. Okay, but rolled pretty good. We get 2 rolls here. So actually 3. Ugh, actually, is this good? It's not good at all, is it? 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. All 3 rolls. 94 is a good score, but this could have been a lot better. It avoided effectiveness, so we can mod that out if we really want to. I'm not gonna, but we could if we really wanted to. Let's see what else we get here. Okay, let's do a ring. Let's go ring. 96, not bad. I would have rather have this effective roll into crit chance. We can still utilize it. We have lots of health, lots of speed, lots of effectiveness. I'm thinking carrot. Yes, I'm thinking carrot. And the reason I'm thinking carrot is because we have this necklace. Now, I'm not going to roll the necklace. I'm not sure who I'm going to use it on quite yet. Having a lifesteal set with attack, crit chance, I would rather this be defense, honestly. Usually what I do with this necklace is I put it as a broken set onto somebody because every single time I roll it, it rolls really high into the effectiveness. Let's go ahead and roll this helmet next. Now this one, I believe, yes it did. It came from a Ancient Inheritance a long time ago. That's the Priest helmet. Same thing. Attack, health, crit chance, speed. Okay, good. So we get 2 rolls. We get a pretty close to max roll. That's 3. And then 4 and 5. 2 max rolls into crit chance. Holy moly, 106? Wow. Also, I just said holy moly. So that's embarrassing. I don't know why I would do something like that. We're gonna pretend like we didn't hear that at all. What's this? Attack again. Not sure who I'm going to use. Attack with lifesteal onto a necklace. Let me know if you're utilizing this onto a lifesteal set with someone with attack. Maybe I just can't think of it right now. Not a lot of heroes using attack. We're using like Senya, like Hawa Young, like the other kicking girl with the wolf, and is it a wolf? Lion. Anyway, there's not a lot of heroes that utilize a attack-based necklace, so let me know who you're putting this one on, and hopefully I can build that for this person as well. You know what? That was so embarrassing. I had to think about it, and it's a Runka. I don't know if she is a lion or a tiger, but she has a tail, which I'm not quite sure what to think about. But she can also utilize that attack necklace. I don't think she's typically built on lifesteal, though. And I also forgot we have a few more pieces to roll. This one, the necklace, comes from Ancient Inheritance. So let's go ahead and lay down the hammer on this. Now I'm hoping, can I get like 20 or 1,000 speed? I don't. I get a 100, really high into defense. We get some effect resist, effectiveness, a little bit of speed. You know what? This is something like Angel of Light, right? Angel of Light, maybe even something like a Tamarin or a Solitary of the Snow would look really good on this. Now we have some other pieces. I'm probably not going to roll them because I'm running short on time and also onto resources. But we have the level 78 gear that we got from going into the Labyrinth. We also have level 78 gear that we got from the Labyrinth onto the Destruction set. And there's a couple pieces that we have onto the attack set. The level 78 is going to roll same substats as level 85. That means for this HP, you can roll up to a level, up to an 8 substat. For the speed, you can roll up to a 5 substat, but I consider 4 to be the max. And all the other substats are going to roll as if it were level 85 gear. The difference is that you cannot reforge it, but I think that that's going to be fine because we can still put this on some of those heroes that we want to use. Heroes like Lilka, heroes like Camilla or Carmen Rose or Kitty Clarissa, right? We can still put this onto heroes that we don't need amazing PvP gear, but we still want to go in and conquer content. And then we can utilize those heroes for things like the world boss. And that's really going to help us as we're going through and trying to, go and challenge new and better content. Now, the one thing I do want to say here is we have custom group summon. If you're going in to do the custom group summon, what I want you to do is target the best heroes. Come in and target Landy. She is fantastic. You can use her pretty much everywhere, and you see her used a lot, especially when we get to Abyss. Also target Seaside Bellona. Fantastic hero. You can pull her into everything, and she's really good into your W13. Then, if you want to, and you want to go into a cleave type setup, Summertime Azaria I think is also very, very good. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but as we go down the list, some heroes are a lot more useful than others, and some heroes have fallen off quite a lot, like Azaria, not really utilized for that much stuff anymore. Haste, can be brought into the Rift, but not really utilized a ton, so we don't really want to spend a lot of resources here. Tamarin, fantastic, you can pull her into everything. My own favorite hero is going to be Crow. He is awesome. I pull him into pretty much all PvP, whether that's Arena or Guild War. If you are a Crow player, if you want to utilize him, I bring him into anything that has a Senya or has a Rimuru, and he just tanks them pretty much all day long. Then going down the list, Shu is really good, but you want to get her into your second selective summon. Alencia, also very good, but falling off a little bit. She is a very good injury hero, but now that Ravi is not everywhere, we really don't need to see Alencia everywhere. Rowana, because we have a really big counter meta, Layla, I guess, counters that as well, but Rowana is really good here. And then I think one more hero that I recommend is Zahak. This guy, I bring him into everything. He has a hit chance on his S number 3 when you put him onto the guild artifact for a hit chance as well. Then now you're pretty much just destroying, one-shotting all of your Aidens. Mine will one-shot all of the Senyas, one-shot all of the Shu, and so I bring him in and just destroy people in Guild War. Really, really love him here. Now, some people really like to utilize Arya. I don't really use Arya because I just fail at it every time I try. And then lastly, Brieg, who you can get through your story summons. But if you don't have him, if you have a selector or you have an opportunity to summon Brieg, make sure that you pick him up. He is amazing. I put him onto the Abyss 100 team and pass it on the very first try. And here's the team that I used. Today was a fantastic day. We got Conqueror Lilias. I'm excited to build her. She's going to be a great addition to this account, and I can't wait to set her up. We're also going to go into the group summon banner, and we're going to summon for some of those heroes that we don't have yet. That's going to set us up for future rotations in RTA as new heroes get buffed, but also we're going to pull some of these heroes into our Abyss as we go and march on to 120. Now what I'm going to do on my next video is we are going to strip some of the heroes that we have. We're going to re-gear them, and I'm going to talk about who I have geared and why. Hopefully we can give this account back to its owner in better shape than we left it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My channel is nonprofit, so all proceeds that I make from this video and all my videos benefit the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to go and learn more. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.